Alright, this is game number 51 in the streak, part 2 of it. This is a Naga Artificer, at least it was. Now he's more of a fighter type guy. We have 3 runes, actually, so we can kind of power through the rest of the game, I think. We're Chei because this is probably going to be the last streak game I play for some time, and I thought there was a certain amount of, I don't know, it just felt fitting, a certain amount of synchronicity, I guess, just in starting out the streak with a Tengu of Chei and ending the streak, not really ending the streak, but quote-unquote ending the streak with a Chei Naga. And I was just feeling a little wild and crazy, I think, when I picked that god. I mean, it's obviously it's going well. We got 3 runes. Very strong character. We have all of our item slots filled, including a Naga Barding. Pretty good broadaxe. If I remember correctly, we left in this bazaar because I wanted to decide if I wanted to buy either this kick-ass amulet or all these consumables. And I think what I ended up deciding on was that I wanted these enchant weapons more than anything else. So we can have a super sick +9 broadaxe of freezing. Quite good. I'll just buy some of this stuff. And we already have 14 telly. Let's get the heal wounds, I think. Can't afford all this stuff. Wait, is there any... Well, I can't use haste. Is there any might? I have 9 might. Is there any agi? There's no agi. Okay, we'll just get the heal wounds and I'll actually get the other heal wounds because I have so much might. Oh, wait a minute. We can afford the might as well. Alright, I feel like this was a good use of my money. So doesn't he? I think you're gonna have to explain, because I haven't played... I want to be honest with you guys. I have not played Pokemon since the original Red and Blue. I guess, and Yellow later. On the Game Boy, and I think the Game Boy Color. So, I don't actually know what Pursuit is, actually. So, I mean, I'm interested to learn, I just haven't played any of the newer, you know, entries in the series. I know that, from my girlfriend playing it on DS, that they've gone sort of vaguely 3D now. Hello, CC Board, how you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. We're finishing up this Naga of Cheibriados. I don't think that's the kind of thing that Twitch would really want to be discussed on their platform, CC boards, so probably best not to bring that up. Pursuit is a move that chases another Pokemon. If you use it on the same turn, it switches out. Usually the switch happens first. So what, like, you actually can't, you're saying that you can't get your Pokemon away, like you can't take it back into the Pokeball? That, there's a move that stops the other guy from doing that? That seems like it would, have a pretty big influence on the meta. Pursuit hits before the Pokemon goes back in the ball, so but it actually blocks it going back into the ball. Seems really, really strong. I don't think there was anything like that in the original 150, you know, in Red and Blue. Oh, it does double damage? Huh. Well, that's interesting, because then if you know they're about to send their dude back into the ball... Wow, that is a very interesting, yeah, player versus player, I could see that being really interesting, because you have to kind of guess at what the other guy's gonna do, and if you can call their bluff, you know, doesn't block the retreat, but if it kills, it stops that monster from showing its face. Well, I mean, if it makes the dude faint, then that seems quite good. Just trying to make sure, like, I just realized this character... Or I just remembered, it's been a couple days since I played, I just remembered this character is just a total boss. Like, all of his resistances are covered. His MR is so good that even an Ancient Lich can't touch me. Seems good, guys. We just basically have to not lose on the orb run, you know. I did slime early, so we just have such power that we can kind of straight up tab through the vaults here. I should probably be careful against these dudes. Oh, we don't have demissile up. It's a dark move, so not everything even takes damage from it. Yeah, the damage types really... they seem to start to matter a lot more, like after the first couple games. How do you like my 2.8 move speed, by the way? The really classy Naga-Che combo, which is not actually a smart thing to do. People say that there's a synergy there, but I don't buy it, man. No, I think we need to make it even slower by getting stat form, right? Except for the fact that I have a +10 Pearl Dragon scale. Oh my god, it's incredibly dangerous. Hey, you know what? I would like to know what this scroll that I'm carrying is. So I'm actually going to buy and identify. Okay, we have fear. That's kind of odd that I only have one fear considering how deep in the game we are. But I mean, I can't complain, I suppose. By the way, let's make sure we aren't picking up enchant weapon or brand weapon. Get it to 3.0 so it's rounded somehow. Well, I think if I go stat form, it'll go all the way to like, I don't know, like 4 or something. Something outrageous, I'm sure. Yeah, Idort was asking me to go Neo-Fedhas, and we actually had the opportunity, and I didn't because the best thing about Neo-Fedhas, like I would have done it just for the entertainment factor for everybody, but I think that it's a particularly bad mistake, whoops, we don't want that, on a Naga. Because the best thing about Neo-Fedhas is the fact that you can make those Ballistomocytes, right? And so, the Ballistomocytes, oh man, I really gotta be careful. This is why I got Lesser Beckoning. Boom. The Ballistomocytes do great damage and they sort of rapid fire like a machine gun, but the problem with that... Wow, that's a lot of moves. The problem with that is that they kind of explode around you and have pretty much no decency about avoiding murdering you. And so at Naga speed, it felt like a bad play. We really need more spell power, by the way, on our Lesser Beckoning. That's quite small. You'll notice this sort of strange range thing here. Only 4. Well, it can become 5, 6, 7, 8 tiles long, but I need more spell power. Yeah, a lot like a CBL servitor, only, somehow worse, I think. But that's a pretty good comparison. I feel like I'm more afraid of my own Ballistomocyte than I would be of CBL servitor. But that's just because, resist electricity exists. And I feel like with Aralek you're taking less damage from your CBL than you would be taking just from, a bunch of Ballistomocytes slamming into your face. I don't think it's as bad as CBL Servitor if you, if you lack Aralek. But I don't know, it's been a very long time since I've tried to play around with CBL Servitor. That's a very silly combo. I mean, I'm sure it's awesome. I'm sure it's a lot of fun. Time to walk at massively slow speed. I mean, it's a combo that people use as a joke, I think. Or because it's flashy and kind of funny. I don't think it's a combo anybody uses to try to win the game. I mean, if you want to cause just an outrageous amount of carnage, I feel like it's a pretty decent way to start out, you know. Have we done Elf? Yeah, we have. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty funny, moving at almost 3 speed, you know, things taking 3 actions every time I move. It's horribly dangerous, really. But as long as I'm careful to swing, rather than walking into stuff that can LCS me, I should be okay. Ring of Fire, huh? You know, I thought about going stat form for fun, but then, you know, we found, honestly, look at this, we found a Gold Dragon scale pretty early, we found this Pearl Dragon scale pretty early, and then I think we found, like, a really good plate, like a plate of magic resistance really early as well. So armor was pretty heavily in the cards from the start, I think. Plus, I'm sure that barding merges. I don't know, it feels silly to go stat form on this character. It is tempting, I'll be honest. No, we're gonna get our translocations up so we can have really good beckoning. Kind of an odd reason, I suppose, to go T-Lokes. But we can get some other stuff too, maybe Disjunction. Maybe, well hell, maybe Malign Gateway. Yeah, we have that, we found a manual, so I decided to train stealth, just because it's probably a waste of experience, but this character can... well, as you can tell, he's just kind of crushing his opposition, so... don't exactly need a ton of help. I'll tell you what truly scares me, though, is if I were to get teleported into the Zot 5 End Vault, we would be so unbelievably screwed. I don't even know what to tell you, man. Like, if we don't get 9th level spells online of some sort, it's just gonna be it'll be a bad time. There's no minus telly item as far as I know either, so... on Chei, that's like a real serious issue, man. Really, really serious. I mean, you can't even haste. There's a ruined large shield, but we have a +7 large shield of MR, so something tells me we're okay. We do have D-Missile, though, which is great. We could get Tornado online pretty easily, I think. In fact, I think I'll... wow, we still haven't increased the range on Lesser Beckoning. That's wild. At T-Lokes 10. It's really wild. Okay. Interesting. The 50 beggars. Well, we still got the 50 beggars shield. Thank you for the follow, Mr. Grin. It's just the large shield was better, man. Can't say no. Okay. Okay, let's go down. Ooh, I should wait for this instead of walking into it. Do I have rapid decon? No, I haven't even trained any earth. There's our first Lich, I believe. Pretty rare to get the crystal walls vaults floor. Has some interesting side effects since it bounces any kind of elemental bolt. Should be able to tab through all this. Wow, we still haven't increased the range. I'm stunned, actually. Alright, do I need to drop anything? I wanna use up that stealth manual, but it's not happening, man. Stealth is, believe it or not, not a waste on this character, because Pearl Dragon armor is fairly light, and you may be thinking, well, what do I care about stealth? The thing is that Step from Time is a really janky teleport, is what it is. Basically, the way it works is you're considered to be nowhere, right? Hey, Mr. Grunt, thank you, man. I really appreciate the feedback. That's really cool. Glad that my content is being useful to you, man. feel free to, if you have any questions during the stream, feel free to ask. I'm very happy to help you out with your games, or any questions you have about your games, that is, during this one, so don't be shy. But, actually lost my train of thought just now. I was talking about something. I think I was talking about spells? Oh well. Oh no, stealth, yeah. So Step from Time is, it's gonna basically like pull you out of existence for a little bit. Like you're still in the same spot, but the monsters don't know where you are. And so I believe that, I think that stealth influences, well, I know for a fact at a minimum it influences whether they're gonna see you when you get back. But I think if you have higher stealth, they're more likely to have wandered while you were away. That reminds me, I should train more invocations, because, goddamn, 14% fail rate on Step from Time, that's unacceptable. Alright, Menace here. I honestly think we can just obliterate this dude in melee. Oh yeah, we crush him. Not a lot of characters that can do that so easily. Oh, we just tabbed the hell out of Menace for sure. It's Che Naga. Yeah, doesn't he? That sounds right to me. I remember when I was a newer player, it was explained to me that it does both, but now with the benefit of experience, I think it's, I'm pretty sure it's just the latter. Alright, let's find out. Let's find out if we can live through Vaults 5, guys. I think we'll be okay. So I'm gonna do my little thing where I just pull these guys up, basically. Hey, Mulan-esque, thank you for the follow, man, I appreciate it. Okay, let's go down. I'm gonna need to mess with my inventory soon. There's nothing that can mess with my ascent or my descent, so we just kind of kill all this crap, you know. I'm gonna go somewhere with more tiles so that things can get a nice surround on me. The dream combo. I was trying to say that this combo, like, as cute as it is, there's no actual synergy here. I mean, yeah, you will get piety a little faster under Che, and I think maybe your slouch does more damage, but at the end of the day, you probably don't want to be moving any slower than Che already affords, or a Naga already affords. I just kind of did this for fun. It's a nice challenge. I would say this is, well, it presents really unique issues that can very easily get you killed if you're not careful. So this is cool. We haven't seen any wardens whatsoever. We just went down, we went up, we went down, we went up, and we just kind of killed everything as we went. Stepping and waiting 2.8 aught means a monster can act 3 times before you react. Oh no, even more than 3 times actually in the case of monsters that are faster than 10. I can't wait for the orb run when, like, I take a step and a Hellion shoots me 6 times. That'll be exciting. See, I don't think that I don't think it works that way, Tony, or Homogicion. Sorry, I'm never sure how to pronounce your Twitch name, so I just say Tony, since that's your YouTube, I believe. But yeah, no, I agree it probably should work, but that's one of those janky things that they just, it's like too fun to be in the game, basically, according to the devs. Because, I mean, it is interesting, the idea of slowing yourself on purpose and hasting the enemy on purpose, although Che wouldn't like that. It would be really interesting if you could do that to cause more slouch damage, but you can't, unfortunately. Well, that's the thing, is it is suicidal, but I can see some situations where it would be the right thing to do. Alright, so going down and upstairs is not affected by chase speed, so I don't feel unsafe being near this dude, who can do, by the way, I think 102 damage per hit with his LCS. But if I were to, like, move to the left right now, I would basically be inviting death. So instead, just going to use the lightning rod. Didn't quite kill him. It's Ice Blast to finish him off. That surprisingly did not kill him. I'm not afraid of him when he's that far away. I'm just going to beat the ass of... Actually, you know what? Let's finish him off with the clouds, and then we'll beat the ass of the guy who is blocking me from going up. Okay, do I have Scatter Shot? I do not. I want to take out this T-Mons because he could stop me from going up as well. If we're going to be stuck here for a while, I should probably regen. I should have done that a little while ago. That's okay, though. Problem with stat form is that statues shouldn't be allowed to move. Naga of Che is the actual stat form. I definitely don't feel like moving, that's for sure. Alright, so as soon as this T-Mons is dead, we're going to go up. I'm getting my ass kicked just a little bit. Let's acid this thing. Oh boy. Alright. Okay. We're gonna slouch. D-missile dropped. That's painful. We actually have to teleport, unfortunately. We're gonna blink first. That worked. D-missile dropped. Teleport now. I don't really want to cast D-missile at 38%. Because that could slow me or do all manner of ugly things to me. So we're going to emulate this crap. And we're going to slouch. Well, that exploded some of the stuff, but not as much as I would have liked. That's okay, though. Ow. Dude, come up to me. Did he just bolt me 2 turns in a row? That's amazing. Miscast D-missile twice. This is exactly what I was afraid of, but there we go. Gotta check and see exactly how much damage a lich LCS can do. Not an Ancient Lich, that's 144 for sure. Crystal Spear, 3d40, 120. Okay, so by the time he's aware of me... Oh boy. Oh boy, that's dangerous. It's a good place for a fog. Oh, I see the dispersal. I'll refresh the regen. The Lich seems to speed up. What books have haste? Only 2, so he's either the scariest Lich with Crystal Spear, or he is the Lightning Bolt guy, which would be less annoying. Hey, the Mean Team, how you doing, man? I could step from time here. That would be okay, but I don't think it's necessary. I think I'm trying to conserve my... Well, I'm out of mana for one thing. We're going to tally is what we're going to do. Alright, so we're relatively safe from the High Priest. He's not going to Hellfire me with the Lich next to me. He might smite me for like 17 damage. The Lich, of course, is pretty horrifying. Oh, I guess he could be the joke Lich too with Haunt. We attack really quickly though when we swing. I think we're just going to swing on him. He's probably not going to get 2 attacks on me, and if he were to LCS twice, the chance of that actually getting through both times against my shield, against D-missile, extremely unlikely, like below 5%. Oh, that's cute. The Deep Elf High Priest shouts, "You are a heretic and must be destroyed." I don't think I've seen that message before. That's actually kind of cool. Okay. Nice, we just bounced the poison arrow at him. I wonder if that redback is actually the shapeshifter, because this floating eye was a shapeshifter. Okay, destroy the Lich. Still regenerating. Okay. This is not bad. The only problem here is my lack of mana, but we're just going to Clouds here. That's a bit of an issue too, potentially. I'm going to Clouds here as well. Okay. Nice try. Bolt of Dispelling Energy misses you. Will that RD plate be plus 15? Maybe. Oh, D-missile dropped. It's not even a message about D-missile dropping. Or wait, no, D-missile didn't drop. What am I saying? Okay. I think I'm just gonna honestly throw some 0-skill javelins, I suppose. Alright, this is fine. I'm just keeping my powder dry. If this convoker starts convoking, we're gonna, I don't know, Ice Blast or Acid Him or something. Let's just kill this thing. Quicksilver Dragon. Ow. Ah, that was the bolt. Alright, so we're losing D-missile. That's okay. You know what the hell am I doing? I should have drank Might a while ago. Okay, there we go. Put up the regen. Yeah, that javelin was 1.5 turns. Stone Giant Skeleton, Fire Giant Zombie, and a Shadow Dragon. These guys are mighted. Pretty scary. So we paralyze the garbage. Can't exactly paralyze the Shadow Dragon because he has really high MR. Nice. Okay, that's a little painful. Okay. We will step next to this guy so we don't get, you know, tagged with a bunch of hellfires. Okay, so this is dangerous. Now I'm alone, so he'll be happy to just start wrecking me, so we gotta use some lightning to take his ass down. 32% chance of failure. Let's do it anyway. Good. We've got, you know, we've got tons of potions of magic. We have 7 of them, so if I run out of mana, like, I'm not actually in a bad situation here. I'm basically just trying to minimize the amount of resources I use. Because, you know, having more for the orb run and for Zod is always quite nice. And if you think about it, what have we used? We've used, like, 1 Blink Scroll, of which we have freaking 10 more. We've used a couple teleports, which, again, we have, like, 14. And we used a single Might Potion. Out of all of that, I actually care about the Might Potion the most. Let's get Intelligence. Yeah. Can't believe that stealth is still going. Yeah, blokes, we did quite well for ourselves on this particular Naga. This legitimately could have been a real-time speedrun, I think, with how well it's gone. Well, I think we had only just started, right? I'm actually kind of going for Tornado right now, although I'm casting all kinds of things. Man, I'm so confused about Lesser Beckoning. We've trained so much T-Lokes, but the spell power just doesn't want to bump up. I mean, how crazy is it that at 26 intelligence and 11.1 T-Lokes, I actually can't beckon this thing right next to me? It's weird. It very well might get me to 27, actually. I mean, whatever. I guess I'll take it, man. Can't complain about having more stealth. Oh man, what can I drop? Let's drop Identify. That's a nice plate armor. That's a really nice plate armor, but I'll prefer my +10 Pearl Dragon scale, I think. Moving next to that Demonologist was somewhat dangerous. Since he, like, in theory, could have summoned something that then acted a bunch of times. Gotta keep that in mind when you're a Naga of Cheibriados. Trying to make sure that I if something is small enough for me to constrict that I attack that first. This is dangerous. I think we can just melee this crap, though. Titans are no joke, man, Chei or not. Trying to keep that regen up, really, really important. Just training stealth like one pip at a time, so that I don't overtrain past the manual, because I don't really feel like training it beyond that, you know. Definitely at the point of the game on a Chei character where I can fight and kill literally anything in a one-on-one combat. You could put this character up against Antaeus and he would win, I think, if he started out at full hit points. No buffs required even, maybe. 12 T-Loc should get you to the next range for Beckoning. You would think. Yep. 11.4 actually got us there. You think I would get dunked on by Antaeus? I'm not so sure. Although at only 11.2 indications, I suppose I would not be able to bend time on him very easily. Huh. This orc with a demon whip of flaming. It's always funny seeing like the little baby tiles with some kind of cool item. See, I'm not so sure, blokes, because our shield is so big and our EV is actually half decent, I feel like he wouldn't even be landing too many hits on us, to be honest. And remember, I said a one-on-one fight, so like none of his boys get to come along for this hypothetical adventure. Got Wukad move from a kobold on T2 once. That's hilarious, man. I once saw a kobold with a crystal plate on D1. That was fun. He is the Mega Etten. That's definitely a good description. Oh, whoa. It's Surtur, the king of the fire giants. He's got the demon blade Bloodbane. Sadly, I think he's considered a caster, so even though it would behoove him to rage, I don't think he can actually go berserk from that. Although maybe because it's Star Rage he can. I mean, yeah, for sure, he's got a very high damage ceiling. Could just pog blink around Antaeus and kill without melee. Yeah, Curare for sure. That is a move. Pull this guy to me. What are we going to acquire? I feel like we acquire armor. Maybe jewelry. I'm not married to my amulet or my ring of protection of cold. I could use a new cloak. I don't care about getting a new hat. I don't want a new body armor. I don't want a new shield. I don't, well, I could go for a new pair of gloves or a new barding. Jewelry acquirement is just consistently stupid, so I think we're probably going to go with armor, actually. It's a Naga barding. Beckoning is... oh my god, that's incredible. Holy crap. Beckoning is really good. For Chei characters, I have to say. For pulling things that can do tons of damage to you, closer to you, so you can just whale on them. Streamer luck. Yeah, that I would say that's some pretty good luck. +4 Naga barding with RF+, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's another it's a jankier use, but probably useful for a lot more characters. Beckoning into the Conjure Flame, I don't really use that, but I could definitely see it being super strong. Super fun, too. Although most things will just walk right in of their own accord. What should I drop? Let's get rid of Disintegration, I think. Oh, there's our lamp. Now we really need to drop some things. I'm gonna finish out the floor before I grab that. Basically, I wanna use the enchant armor that I found, but I want to make sure I'm not gonna find a better cloak first. Yeah, blokes, I actually had that sort of scenario in mind earlier as I walked towards a demonologist, although I was afraid of the actual situation where he can summon, you know, I don't know, like Shadow Fiend or something that then proceeds to torment me twice. And I'm just walking around with like, you know, 50 hit points. Whoops. Alright, cloaks. No better cloaks, alright. So we will enchant up the cloak. We will grab the lamp. But yeah, no, the finisher will not straight up murder a player. As cute as that would be. Looking at my items, nothing really to look at here. Alright. I think we can pretty much just go ahead and win, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I think we're just ready. I think we're just ready to go, really. Whoa, I should not be moving around with all this stuff, with this lich here. Die that way to a lich once, summon an ice fiend, torment, iron shot, one shot. That's the craziest thing, man. If they have summon greater demon, or they have LCS or iron shot, or any big damage thing, you just got to be aware of what all's possible, I guess. I mean, this is why I always keep silence in the bag for those guys, you know. Wow, that is a +5 ring of evasion. I would love to wear that, but we don't have our RC sorted, so we actually have to wear the RC plus. Kind of a shame. That could be cool. Time to wear the crystal plate armor of cold resist, haha. No, I'm happy with the Pearl Dragon armor. Crystal plate doesn't really do all that much for us, considering that we are a Naga, so we get half of the base AC off of that. Plus all this beautiful stealth would pretty much go to waste. Whoops. Take that to 20. Hopefully, this gigantic pile of depths experience will make this character stop training quite so many things at the same time. Should probably put some points into armor. You're absolutely right, blokes. Not sure how that slipped by. Yeah, no, Pearl Dragon armor is the same base AC as plate, I believe. So you're definitely right. Hey, let's see how much we can survive 3 turns in fire. Clouds. I guess I'll buy all the clouds. Alright. Suboptimal skill training. Well, on a character like this, I mean, you're allowed to mess up a little bit. I might drop javelins. I think I'm going to drop javelins. As good as they are, we don't have any training, and, I mean, as much as I like to have the penetration brand, we have other ways of damaging things, anywhere on the screen, such as Slouch. We have 21 digging. Whoa, uh-oh. Oh my god, where did he even come from? There was no Hellion, and now there's a Hellion. You block the Hellion's attack X3. We could have eaten, like, 4 Hellfires. Oh, you're suddenly yanked towards some nearby monsters? When did that happen? I'm so confused. Okay, anyway, I'm just here to pick up the, horn, you know? Not doing any extended today. Just here to get the horn. By the way, it is now, I think, 5 days since they said that there was going to be a tournament write-up. And there's still no tournament write-up about the .24 tournament. I wonder... Don't want to be paranoid, but I wonder if it has something to do with my team winning. Just a thought. PDA's plate with scale mail encumbrance. Yeah, that sounds about right. 10 base AC, 11 encumbrance. Actually, slightly more encumbrance than scale. Oh, okay, I see. You've got that covered. Yeah, no, it's close enough. It's quite nice, you know. Procrastination is also a potent force. Yeah, I mean, you're right, although the last time my team won a tournament, they went and changed the entire format, the entire reporting format, so that they wouldn't have to report the name of the team, which was kind of a lighthearted ribbing of the head dev and his sort of habit of banning random people for frivolous reasons from services. We had named the team Fragile Fifis, you know, like a fire elementalist that's also a Felid. It's a rather fragile character. And so instead of reporting the name of the clan, they actually took our leader, which was Man at the time, and they said, "Oh, congratulations to Man-Man's clan," instead of the name of the group. So that sort of thing is what makes me just a little bit suspicious by default, just because there's kind of a track record of wonky things happening there. But you're right, it could very easily be procrastination for sure. Definitely possible. .23 tournament was announced in a week. How long has it been since the tournament actually ended? Because it's been 4 or 5 days since they said there would be an announcement, quote-unquote, today or tomorrow. But I'm not sure how many days it's been since the tournament ended. It's been a week? Yeah. It's getting a little stale. Anyway, I'm curious how they're going to handle that this year, because this year I'm the leader of the winning clan, and the head dev just like hates my ass, like has this sort of death grudge against me. So he's not going to want to say my name, but he's also not going to want to say the name of the team, because again, it's kind of a lighthearted ribbing. So I don't know, man. Curious how this is going to go. It's a fun tournament, by the way. I actually enjoyed .24 a lot more than .23 because it was more of a competition. Because in .22 we had too much of an all-star team, and so our main competition was the Korean team, and for the first half of the tournament it was neck and neck, but then the second half, we just absolutely crushed them. It was insane. I think we had like 7,000 more points than them by the end or something. Whereas this time, you know, the number... First of all, we like barely could crack the top 3 for the longest time. And then when we finally cracked number 3, we got past Dynast group. The second place team, Go Zag or Go Home, basically gave us a run for our money all the way up until the last couple days. And then we pulled ahead by like a scant, maybe like 500 points by the end, which may seem like a lot, but it's really not. That's a couple of turn count or speed real-time speed runs, you know, away from losing or winning. Man, we are so broke. Can't even afford a single sack of spiders. Hey, Gary Burton. Yeah, we're doing pretty well on this character, I would say. I think we're gonna have to leave this place without buying anything. Sadly, with our 174 gold, I'm a pauper now. After that last bazaar. But yeah, Gary Burton, I think I'm just gonna kind of go into Zot and ascend this guy. Trying to figure out how Kiku should work for Oni and B-Crawl right now. Any suggestions? Yeah, I can give you some ideas. First of all, refresh my memory on exactly how Oni work. So they can't use books, they can't train any particular spell schools, they can only train spell casting, right? And then they just sort of randomly get spells, is that correct? As they level up, they randomly get spells, and is it always the same spells, or is it kind of like just like Demon Spawn Mutations, where you kind of don't know what it's going to be until you get them all? Or do you eventually get all the spells in the game? Or is it just like, is it a limited number that you get as you level up, and then once you're at 27, it's like GG? Well, Yermak, honestly, I think the most impressive thing that happened at .24 is that Dynast almost beat Yermak despite spending maybe half the time playing. Now, with that said, he did that by essentially speedrunning his streak games, which could have ended very badly. It happened to work out very well for him. He got, like, I think 18 wins. But, I don't know, he did quite well for himself. I don't think it's a very good way to make streak games happen, because, I mean, well, you can't play perfectly at that speed. It's just not possible. But, I mean, he certainly made it look easy. Even a single streak win more and he would have beat him. That's true, but I mean, I don't know how he spent the rest of his time, you know? The time that he saved by playing so quickly. But I'm saying his overall investment in the tournament in terms of time was way less. If he had spent like maybe an extra hour per day, he could have gotten like a good turn count game together, could have gotten a good real time. I don't know if he did either of those things. I wasn't really paying attention to anything other than his streak. But yeah, I mean, if his time investment had matched Yermak's, there's no question in my mind that Dynast would have won that tournament. But I mean, I think there's a lot of people in the community that could crush Yermak if there was a limit on the time investment, and if they kind of fixed the scoring system a little bit. One of the reasons I've not participated in the single player, you know, single person component of the tournaments, or ever really cared about it, is because the scoring system is so messed up that it just doesn't interest me. If they fixed that, if they fixed sort of the poop sock nature of it, I think you would see a lot more participation, and people not just kind of saying, well, you know, what's the point of playing if Yermak's just going to win because he spent 4 million hours that over the span of those 2 weeks. He had a nuts low turn count and a pretty decent high score. What, did he do real time at all? You would think that Dynast would be really good at real time, considering that he plays like a madman. Yeah, 14 hours per day average. I don't understand how somebody plays that much crawl and continues to play well. Like, I don't want to point any fingers, but it's the kind of thing that, like, makes you start to wonder if maybe it's more than one person, you know? It's not impossible. It's just stretches disbelief, the suspension of disbelief, just a little bit. Right, Dynast would have won the tournament if he had gotten that last win. Yeah, he should have gone for the first win of the tournament, but it might have been like a weird time. I don't know what time it is in his country when the tournament started, although, well, no, it shouldn't be too different than where I'm at. He's in Brazil, right? $13 hours and 51 minutes per day. Dynast 448. Damn. Yeah, no, I mean, Man said that Dynast was the true winner of that tournament in his mind, and, you know, even though I've talked a little bit of trash about the way that Dynast was getting his wins, about like the speed running the streaks, I don't think that's very consistent. I don't think it's like a very interesting way to get streak wins. Even though I said that, I actually 100% agree with Man that it's like in a sane world where there was some kind of limit on the amount of playtime per day. I mean, obviously Dynast would have crushed the competition there, you know. I mean, I do think that Dynast is the true winner of this tournament, even if the Even if the raw numbers say otherwise, I think I agree with that statement entirely. He played a good tournament. Really impressive. Well, Jonadab, I believe he's on record, I believe Yermak's on record saying he actually takes 2 weeks off of work every time there's a crawl tournament. Yeah, Dynus did do well in every category from what you're, well, now that I have this new information that you're telling me. He's a strong player, man. He has more patience than me with regards to, like... Well, I'm sure he probably did some of that parking stuff. Hey, what's going on? Why am I not... Oh, there we go. I was like, why am I not constricting her? Freaking MR/2 here. Just ice blast this stuff. He didn't do any parking? Well, he had to have paid some attention to the combo points. And that's the thing that frustrates me about the scoring system and why I've never really bothered, because I don't think that playing a combo at the right time is a measure of how good you are at crawl. I don't think that should be part of the metrics for like who wins the tournament, you know. Right, Jonadab, I'm also more interested in the clan competitions because, I mean, at the end of the day, no matter what kind of tournament you do with DCSS, and, you know, like, there's a lot of different kinds of tournaments. There's CSDC, there's the actual mainline, you know, sort of serious tournament that we just got done with. There's perhaps lesser-known events that are not run by the devs, like the Crawl Cosplay Challenge. No matter what kind of tournament you do, there's no real way to get around the fact that there's going to be a lot of RNG. You know, if it's a thing that rewards you streaking, for example, you could die in the early game just from raw RNG. So it's like if you give people a limited amount of time to do it, some people are going to get better RNG than others, and so there's going to be a lot of RNG. CSDC highlights this an awful lot, I think, because of all the wacky challenges that it pushes in your direction. You're inclined to take risks, and so it really draws out, you know, the fact that, like, one person can get great RNG when they're trying to do their ascetic run, for example, and another person can get absolutely awful RNG. And so it's kind of frustrating. What I like about the mainline sort of official, you know, release tournament is that, oh, artifact helmet. What I like about that the most, about the clan aspect, is that it sort of normalizes that RNG to some degree. Ruse Brutal Revenge. I don't think I need that. I think I'd rather have the R-Core all the time, to be honest, even if it is better in other ways. Yeah, I mean, turn count runs, for sure. It's an RNG fiesta, for sure. And it's like, yeah, a lot of the points that count for your single player experience in a tournament also count towards the team. But, I mean, some number of people on your team are going to get screwed over by RNG, and some number of people on your team are going to have a really great time because of it. So when you're dealing with teams of 6 people, Crossbow of the Brain, +7. Seems good. Wow, this game is just... I think we're going to be acquiring gold if we find another requirement. There's a lot of stuff to buy. But yeah, I mean, when it's six-person teams... You know, a certain amount of that is normalized. Shouldn't have walked towards this lich. Kind of turn count makes a halfway decent speed run in DCSS. Well, are we talking about 3 rune run or 15? Because there's actually 2 turn count categories. One is called turn count, and that's just like win the game in as low a number of turns as possible. Doesn't matter how many runes you have. The other one is it's called the high score category, but what that really boils down to is just another turn count run, only now you got to get all 15 runes. So for just straight up turn count, not high score, I can give you an example. I did one of those and I got around 20,000 turns with a Minotaur. Or wait, what did I use? No, I used a Null Earth Elementalist. And I could have probably done 15,000 turns, and that would have been really good, I think. Not like world record category tier, but like pretty good. But I didn't want to lose the run, and I was running out of time in the tournament. So I took a few less risks, and it took a little longer to get it done. So yeah, I got 20,000 turns, and I think I got, I don't know, what did I get, like 400 points off of that, 450, so that was worth the same as maybe like 4 streak games, which is quite nice. Certainly you can get more. Let's pull this dude up. And then, I mean, if you were going to do 15 runes, I didn't actually get a 15 rune, really good 15 rune turn count run together during this tournament. It's just too much RNG, man. I didn't want to fool with it, because no matter how good you are, you're going to lose probably a ton of runs before you get a really decent one together. And I had already sort of slammed my head against the wall, streaking really hard, getting one of the best streaks in the tournament. And so I just decided that since we were already winning anyway, I thought that my time was better spent kind of securing that lead by stealing high scores for combos. Interesting chainmail there. Less than 15k turns. Blokes, I assume you're saying that you could do that for 15 runes, which I think is true. I think the world record for 15 runes is what, like 13,000 turns? And that was on the really busted version of the game with BVC being even stronger than it is now, which is outrageous, and it was also in the Necromancer starter book. Yeah, sorry, Kitchen Ace, I had to do it. I had to go for the gold. I mean, I was actually, a little confession, I was actually watching you guys near the end. Like, so was Dinky, actually. We were like watching what you guys were doing and trying to steal things from behind right after you got them. I know we were fighting over several high scores, like, Jeff kept, grabbing some. Sorry, Dinky, I didn't want to tell it. The tournament's over, man. It's okay. It's a strategy, man. Don't help me. Oh no. I don't think that's, like, in bad faith or anything. You could, honestly, like, that happens at the end of every single tournament. People go for each other's high scores, and it becomes this sort of mad dash for the lowest ones. At least that's, I remember, I mean, I've only participated in 2 tournaments, .22 and .24, and I remember me and other people were doing kind of the same thing in .22 at the very end. I feel like the Korean guys in .22 just kind of gave up halfway through, though. Or I think maybe they just weren't as powerful of streakers as us. I don't know. It's a lot less fun when you have a dream team, because we had everybody. We had Doesn't-y, we had Ultraviolent 4. I mean, we had me, but I wasn't as good back then. I only got like an 8 streak. I forget who else we had. We had Normal Person 7, who was really, really good. We had Vajraprani, who was probably on par with what I was like back then. We had this, like, just absolute dream team in .22, and I had so much more fun in .24 just because, you know, definitely more of a challenge. And the coolest thing, I'll tell you what I enjoyed the most about .24, and yes, this is a Naga of Che, Mr. Alstrom, how you doing, man? I'll tell you what I enjoyed the most about the .24 tournament is the fact that I walked in with dudes that I had basically trained up to be good at crawl. I mean, yeah, we had some of the big name good guys. We had Man again. We had Doesn't-y again. Names that people know. And then we had the Dark Horse Dinky, who got like 1,000,000 points for us unexpectedly. But we also had Wesley LaFleur, and we also had Waifugate. Both really, really smart, cool guys, but neither of them had played that much crawl before this tournament. Well, they had played some, but never really for, like, high win rate, you know? I think Wesley's win rate was something like 3% before his tournament games. No, I don't have minus telly, and I don't know, man. I should go hunt down artifacts and look for it, but I think we'll be okay. Oh, hey, we finally used up our manual. Yeah, beckoning is great, man. It's letting me pull things to me. Wonder if I should get Disjunction online. Disjunction perhaps a little less useful when I'm Che. Let's get Tornado. Stop training translocations. I think I can probably Brilliance Tornado on right now. Not that I really want to, but... Step from time 2%. We'll try to take that down at least one more. At least our D-Missile spell power is going up. Honestly, because of Che, I think I'm going to full clear Zot today. Try to kill that before it slows me, and that succeeds. Oh, man. Sure wish I had more acid. That would be really helpful here today. Terrible. There we go. Yeah, 15 should be 1%. I'm okay with 1%, I guess. Very good, Gary Burton. Anyway, with regards, you asked me earlier, Gary Burton, how I think Oni should interact with Kiku in B-Crawl. I don't think it would be overpowered to just get your God Gifts. I mean, seems fine. I mean, yeah, they can't learn from the books, but I mean, honestly, this might be a good point to revamp Kiku, and have him offer spells very directly the same way that Vehumet does. That's a thought. You could do that. Or you could just say that's, you know, that's the wages of being an Oni and they just can't use the books, you know. It's not really out of the ordinary for some races to get sort of screwed out of certain benefits. Like, for example, Gnolls cannot use the skill transfer ability from Ashen Zari in mainline. It's not really out of the ordinary, right? Okay, this is not the kill hole I wanted it to be. Okay, this will have to do. But Ash is still overpowered for Gnolls, true. While Kiku for Oni is kind of bad. Well, yeah, if you don't have Animate Dead, then it's definitely bad. But I would say that Kiku becomes a top-tier god with a very, very simple combination of just Animate Dead and Corpse Call. Certainly, you know, if I started as a non-necromancer Oni, because my understanding is Oni do get the starter book spells, right? If I started as a non-necromancer Oni, and nothing was done to change it, I probably would not go Kiku, that's for sure. Unless I just randomly learned Animate Dead or something really early. I mean, I'm loath to suggest that you put something in the game that just completely changes the Kiku experience only for Oni. That sounds really obnoxious. But the only other real solution that's coming to mind off the top of my head, man, this is frustrating. Are these guys resistant to electricity? Yeah, they are. We'll just soften them up a bit. Hey, we avoided getting tormented at all. Praise digging, man. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's okay for certain gods to suck with certain species, you know. Like, do you want to play a Troll of Sif Muna in mainline? Not really. And don't give me any guff about Exegesis. That horribly bugged ultimate ability that didn't even get tested apparently. Man, this kill hole's awesome. This is working out quite well. You're just playing a Troll of Sif. I'm playing Troll Transmuter of Sif in that form. Well, more power to you, man. When are you gonna get statue form online? Or is Sif perhaps different? Somehow. How are you gonna actually cast it though, is the thing. I mean, I guess a troll can get that online. Just on his own, it's just sort of annoying. Oh, you got an orc. Oh, you're gonna switch to Che. I see. That's a fun strategy. I mean, it's a lot of work, I think. It's nice to be able to guarantee that you'll get access to stat form eventually. Generally, if I'm playing a troll, like, I definitely want to have stat form if I can somehow manage it, but for me, like, absent going Che, which I generally don't like to do, it's just not very likely to get it online in any short order, so I just like to go for the sort of big dragon armor warrior type troll. Sif doesn't have a Wrath for Che swap? Is that like a B-crawl thing? Are there now like groups of gods that are allies or something? Instead of just the good gods? That's pretty cool actually. I like that. Because the big meme behind god swapping is that 9 times out of 10 it's either really dumb or really suicidal or just really tedious to have to abandon anything. And so the unfortunate thing about DCSS is that like you have this sort of god swapping mechanic that exists, but it's almost like it's fluff, because if you're playing optimally you're never going to interact with it except under a very narrow set of circumstances. Like you can safely abandon Okawaru, for instance, but you can't safely abandon Mokleb. You can't safely abandon anybody who LCSs you or paralyzes you or even does miscast to you, because I think those can paralyze you, you know. It's a little frustrating, actually. This is awesome. Cloak of Invis. I will take it. No Wrath for Nemelex to Zom. It's the new meta. I hope that Zom still wraths on your way to Nemelex, though. There should be no free path away from being a Chaos Knight. Oh. He blinked as soon as I pulled him to me. Ah, my D-missile has dropped. Sounds pretty cool, Gary Burton. I just try to make sure that's super, like, not hidden from the player, because I could see a player getting incredibly frustrated by being blindsided by something like that. Really good place to put that, I think, would be on the abandon prompt. Like when you go to worship a new god, something like your god will not be happy about you switching to this particular other god. It's on the Wrath info page, okay. I mean, Zom essentially does get bored if you abandon him. Like, it's kind of like you just keep worshipping Zom, except he acts less often, and he's pretty much always, not guaranteed, but pretty likely to be taking actions that he would only take when he's bored with you. So it's funny you should say that, but that's essentially what already happens, man. Although ironically, it's generally less deadly to be worshipping, to be under Zom Wrath, than to be worshipping Zom. Oh man, the shifter. I can pull things to me too, bro. You can bounce me around like this, but he just keeps blinking me away as he approaches. There we go. 22 charges of clouds. That's outrageous. What a plate armor. RLEC, RF plus, int plus 4, dex plus 6. Amazing. I'm gonna paralyze this guy. I don't feel like taking a trip to the abyss. That plate might actually be better for Zot. Well, we already have RLEC, or else I would agree. And we have RF+++, although one of those RFs is from a mutation, so that's bound to go away. I mean, it's interesting. We lose 4 points of AC, we gain 1 point of EV, I guess. Actually, no, we lose a point of EV. No, this is not good. I could definitely see it, I guess, if I didn't have RF+++, and maybe after I lose the mutation we'll think about it, but I have 5 potions of resistance. Yeah, I still have the barb mutation. How funny is that? I was super careful. I played kind of quickly, but I was relatively careful in Slime to not get screwed over too badly, but I'm sure all this stuff is going away in the near future as I have extended conversations with my my boys, the Orbs of Fire. Man, I love D-Missile versus Quicksilver Dragons because they're just so annoying otherwise, and it's just wonderful not taking damage from them. Optimal eye negation to keep the barb. Hey, the barb's been doing good things for me. The barb genuinely made my early game easier, I think. I was killing stuff that I probably shouldn't have been able to kill way easier. I think I remember using it to kill an orc warrior earlier than I probably should have been able to. Oh, we're marked. It's okay, we've cleared the floor. Demon Soul, I don't know what you mean, Mr. Ostrom. Oh, there's a helmet that I want to look at. And an amulet. But there's so many liches in this building. It's a little intimidating, just a bit. I guess I could silence. And a Viper. Yeah, man, I pull the toes right to me with Lesser Beckoning. It's great. Alright, we're gonna drink Might. We should be able to crush all this stuff really quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna cast Silence is what I'm gonna do. Although I'm tempted to use the scroll instead because it'll last longer, but I think we'll be okay. Nice. Oh my god. I probably didn't even need the Might Potion. This dude's actually doing a good job meleeing me, but we'll still win. Yeah, there we go. Okay, +1 hat, or helmet with it +4, dex +3. That's cool, but honestly I'd rather have the Arcor all the time. A bit greedy, I suppose. Oh, there's my minus telly. Yeah, buddy. That's a swap. I like that. What a good find. It even gives me more RN++. I mean, wow. I mean, I only need the 1 pip, but still. That is a good vault for sure, Mr. Ostrom. That was a lot of fun, actually. I like that. Let's drop scrolls and remove curse. We won't need any more, and my inventory is getting kind of clunky. Okay. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You know full well you'd be pulled to lungs in Z5 without that amulet. Well, I was anticipating it. I mean, I don't know if you've played a lot of Che characters. I remember you were playing some Che Nulls or something, like a series of them. And I don't know if you've ever actually been pulled to the lungs on a Che character, but let me tell you how miserable it is. It's not good. 'Cause it's like, if you don't get that teleport rolling, which you might very well be unable to do if you get quicksilvered enough times. I don't know, man. The real fun is playing a Che Formicid and getting like shafting yourself into the lungs, then you'll really have an experience. Probably end up stepping from time like 8 times. Okay, should I be coming out here or should I mark myself? Is there no mark? Slouch actually destroys orbs of fire. Yeah, I suppose that's true. Although if there's a single ghost moth, then good luck slouching before your mana hits 0, you know? My favorite thing about Lesser Beckoning is that it's a way to pull things that I'm currently stealthing, you know, that I don't want to be stealthing. They immediately become aware that something happened, you know? Man, Tornado 100% still, that's wild. Piety, potions, or scroll. I like the idea of being able to acquire piety. Just cast Invis for the moths. Yeah, but there's a certain amount of turn economy happening when you're teleported into a lung, and there's so many things around you. I mean, sure, I can drink the Invis, but there could be a purple Draconian or a Quicksilver Dragon that just immediately pulls that crap off, you know? I mean, yeah, you could probably Invis and then slouch a bunch, but it's worrying. I mean, I'm not talking about, like, when you've got control of the situation. Anyway, I'm not sure what I want to do here. We're stealthy enough that we've just kind of been destroying this so far. I'm gonna get Disjunction, by the way. It's good lungs, sort of. I think I want to shout. It is pretty clean. Pull this guy. It was actually a little dangerous to pull him to me, because he's hasted. He could have just opened up with a couple of LCSs to the face, but I'll tell you, Wise Wolf did some of the most useful research in a long time, and he made a chart of the chance of getting hit by LCS, I think. Yeah, I could have silenced. I try not to silence unless I absolutely have to. We were fine attacking there, I think. It's actually only a 10% chance, I think, of LCS getting through when you have a decent amount of SH and EV and D-missile up. Alright, speaking of Invis. That's a fair point, Adort. I guess that with 5 cancel, silence is pretty free. This is the joke glitch, though, so I don't need to silence him. It's just a matter of, like, I really like, at any given time, having the power to say nope and stepping from time. You heard Demon Soul instead of D-Missile. Yeah, no, I'm saying Deflect Missile, but I'm just saying D instead of Deflect. A guy on my YouTube told me the other day that he thought he'd watched like 40 of my videos, and for the whole time he thought I was saying, instead of immolation, where I say MO, he thought I was saying like the letter M and the letter O. Like, I guess that stands for something, like mission something. Anyway, I don't know, it's just funny, like with the audio you can really get things wrong so easily. It's those communication barriers. Check this out, we turned a killer clown into a golden dragon. Modus operandi. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Glad we're not getting polymorph today. Things seem to be going really straightforwardly. Of course, we do have this minus telly amulet on. No, not the clowns, please. Holy shit. 3 lightning strikes, man. Just from stepping in here. Lesser Beckoning. Helping a lot. I can hook anything in the world, I just kind of wish I had higher spell power, you know? 3 more pips of range to go. Alright, we have so much might. Why don't we use one? I shouldn't be taking steps. He could be coming for me at any moment. Okay, here we go. Good. Oh, it happened again. The clown hits the clown pie hits the killer clown. Moon pie is a titan now. Let's burn an acid. Oh, this is a bit spooky. Time to use Agi, I think. I feel pretty confident. This is, oh, it's Bolt of Fire from the orb, but the Lich doesn't want to do anything. No, the Reflect Pies definitely don't always polymorph, but it does seem to happen way more often than you'd think. I've definitely seen them. I've seen them do the RF minus thing, for example. But I wouldn't be surprised if the subset of pies is significantly lower for NPCs, because it does seem like polymorph happens like every single time, or you know, almost every time. I'm going to slouch once. I'm going to slouch again. Pretty good. Got regen taken off and otherwise didn't lose anything, although that's a big problem. I'm gonna wait until I finish Zot, maybe, to try to fix that problem. Yeah. What the hell? I guess I'll blink out of this. We just... Oh shit. We're marked. I just tried to move like 4 times and this net just won't let me out. It's okay. We got this. It's just that my freaking shields is 0. 45 strength. Yeah, well, it's damage based, I thought. Was I netted again? Is that what happened? No, dude, it was a single net. Slouch is not going to kill these guys. They're fast, but that's not... No, what we do is we remove the amulet. And then we blink out of this stupid thing. Thank you. I'm tempted to take the telly, but I think that actually means that I spend 3 turns wherever it is that I land. And that's just like a horrible time. And yeah, I mean, we do need to cancel, although I think... It could send me to the other lung quite easily, which is not what we want. I don't even think we cancel. Like, we're going to be marked. We have been marked here no matter what we do. I think we just... The very first thing we do is burn regen. Okay, that's fine that we got netted. I no longer have that thing on me. We're going to drink... Agi. Okay, now it's next to us. That's okay. Going to blink. Yeah, I'm gonna drink the mutation here in a minute. Maybe I should have done that first, actually. Whoops. Scroll summoning. Scroll summoning. You have to be paralyzed, so I don't get slowed. That's good. That was a good disperse, actually. That didn't work. That did work. Good. First of all, I want to put on... Yeah, we'll chug some heal pots in a second. I want to put on this reflection so I block more. I want to drink... Yeah, it's time to do some heal pots now. The more we have so many, I can waste them. And we'll use a might, so we can start crushing this stuff. I think we're actually okay to not burn the summon scrolls, believe it or not. Unless more stuff shows up. This needs to get paralyzed, good. More stuff will show up, but... Okay, yeah. At this point, I feel pretty good about just fighting this stuff, to be honest. I'm actually tempted to Phantom Mirror the Orb of Fire, so just hopefully blast the crap out of this killer clown for me. Maybe some of the stuff from the back. I'm also tempted to... You know what? I'm gonna Brilliance. 30% Tornado, that's not bad. Tornado time, baby. Still regenerating, but it's ending, so we cast it again. Maybe I should 100% air. Well, yeah, I was only training armor as well, but yeah, I think you're right. What, like down below 30%? Yeah, probably. Okay, hate to use my last acid. I think we're just gonna Ice Blast. Sadly, I mean, I could pull him to me, but he'll probably come anyway. Actually, you know what? This is a great time to slouch. Should have maybe done it sooner. Yeah, we've gotten so lucky with things like clouds. 22 clouds, it's outrageous. 16 digging is quite nice under the new system, but not enough acid. I find myself really, really wanting acid wands in this game. This is... I either do this or I slouch again. I think we slouch. Gotta kill the clown. Good, the clown's dead. That could be a very scary lich. Could be really bad. Nice. Seems good. Seems like my problems are solved. Well, I mean, I agree about the silence, but I mean, cancel has certain side effects, right? It actually takes away my D-missile. So, like, if I have, like, if I still have a lich next to me when I need to cancel, then it's actually kind of horrifying to have to do that, because then my D-missile is gone, and that's, like, my frontline defense against getting LCS to death. I mean, sure, silence is amazing, it blocks everything, but it's like a sometimes tool. You'll notice I used it when there was a lot less stuff coming towards me. When I was reasonably sure that I'd be okay. But when I was surrounded, like, I didn't know what all was still coming, you know? Silence is like Berserk. Different set of circumstances where it screws you over, but yeah, for sure. How am I going to kill this statue? Walking towards it certainly blows. Do we just blink towards it? Can I? Okay, you cannot lesser beckon a statue. You cannot pull the statue to you. What a twist. Just in case you were wondering, that's not a thing that can happen, so we just walk up to him. Time to get manettes. Just because I'm paranoid, we're gonna go around using every single one of these traps. Because I don't wanna get marked on my orb run. And I can collect these nets like a farming cheater. One more. Good idea about not being hungry, by the way, blokes. Streak by committee, man. You can't collect the nets. Oh man, Hepliaconus transference. Yeah, there's a lot of really wacky tricks. You should have been Gary Burton. Were you around the day that I got the ossuary that had a bunch of net traps in it? And what I did was I was using sticks to snakes, and I was throwing a single rock to make my snake angry, and making him walk into a dispersal trap after I netted myself. It was quite the experience, I have to say. Clearly lots of thought went into dispersal traps and how abusable they are in a variety of ways. Anyway, yeah, let's survive this orb run. How about that? Do I want to teleport? Hell yeah, I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Grab. Pretty good telly. Now, Che slows down the orb run, but this is still... It's still a bit horrifying, to be honest. Yeah, Jonadab, I mean... Ordinarily, I would agree, I think. My only issue is that dispersal traps just create a lot of issues, like a lot of weird issues. Tomb 3 full of it, yeah, for sure. This is one of the issues, actually. Hey, Thorgerman, thanks for the follow, man. Check out what mutation we got. Blah. It's the acid, or the poison breath mutation. Kind of cool, I guess. Okay. Sadly, as a Che guy, we pretty much have to fight everything we see. Bolt of Draining, Freezing Cloud, Summon Greater Demon, Blink Bolt, Abjuration. We did lose the barb. Okay, we fog. We're gonna go ahead and Brilliance because we have an awful lot of it. We pretty much have to fight this thing, so we'll put up the regen. Summon Eyes Panlord. Well, we have a number of... How many fears do we have? We have 6 fear. I have 9 might, so let's go ahead and use one. Yeah, we gotta fight for sure. I'll drink the Agi because we have a lot. Okay, we're just gonna duke it out with this dude. With Tornado rolling. There we go. It's all about that,
Let's get it on.
Hey, Blood Killer, what's up, man? Thank you very much for the sub, man. I appreciate it. 6 months. Has it really been that long?
Guess I came just in time for the end, huh?
Wow. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, we are winning our Cheibriados Naga. Spectacular orb run splat. Man, every time you play a Che character on the orb run, you're definitely risking a little something. For sure. Just because, I mean, even though he slows it down, just the fact that you gotta actually fight everything, for the most part, it's pretty spooky. Essentially, I picked this start based on... Alright, so... As you guys know, I am on a streak of 50 wins. During the tournament, my very skilled teammate Man resolved to also streak and not do any kind of speed running, not do anything that could risk a streak, simply extend the one that we was already on. He was on something like a 30-something streak at the time. So he actually got a 24-win-long streak in the tournament. And so I don't know how long it's going to take for it to come up, but he actually got to 51 consecutive wins, defeating my world record, actually. So what I did was I looked for a relatively easy but also fun and somewhat challenging run from his streaked games, and I settled on Naga Artificer because Artificer takes off all the nasty BS, you know, in the early game, but Naga still presents a certain fun challenge, you know, because of how slow they are. And I'm not saying that the rest of my runs, you know, from this point forward are going to be from his streak or anything. But I thought that might be a fun thing to do, and I want to preserve the aesthetic of the streak. I never want it to look like it was being cheesed for like a lot of easy wins in a row. So it's like, sure, I could have done like a Minotaur monk or something, but then I would have 2 monks in a row. You know, I like the idea of never repeating really anything, for the most part. I mean, I think there was a time when I played 2 Scalds in a row, but that was just because that was what Elliptic did. I don't know. I don't see it off the top of my head here, but there's quite a few games. I guess that's 2 Hill Orcs in a row, but it's fine. Celebrating mid-orb run. Well, I'm not celebrating yet. I don't know if I'm actually getting it or not. I was just explaining why I picked this combo. No, I don't want to do the same combo on the streak ever. Cheesing Scald wins. Okay, so this is what's spooky, man. We got an enemy now that can definitely torment us. And my spell power is not good enough to beckon him, you see. There's no really ideal solution here. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and burn a Holy Word. Which is a little bit wasteful, but I think it's okay. Spell power's not good enough. Oh, you think Brilliance could have done it? Yeah, I could have. I considered that. There we go. But I didn't want to... I didn't know exactly how much that... Maybe I'll check. I should have checked last time I drank it. I didn't know how much spell power that would... How much range that would effectively give me. Oh wow, we took a step. And we ate 2 smites for our trouble. Okay, I'm gonna cast Regen now that I have him constricted, and we're just gonna whip his ass. Hey, this is the gold dragon scale I found in the gauntlet. Yeah, Dinky did really well for himself in the tournament, which is hilarious because when I first messaged him, I was like, yeah, bro, we need a 6th member. And Dinky, I hope you don't mind me telling all your secrets to people. It doesn't seem like it would be that much of a big deal. But it's just like, it was just funny because he was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get very many points for you guys. And then he proceeds to get one of the highest point totals in the entire tournament. No, he did very well. Yeah, I'm using a +10 Pearl Dragon scale. But yeah, thank you, Dinky, for your excellent showing in the tournament. You definitely represented for the team, that's for sure. Well, I mean, I forgive me if I'm wrong, like correct me if I'm wrong, but like I suspect you just didn't understand how the point scoring really worked in the tournament. Which is unsurprising because of how, like, weirdly esoteric it is, you know? There's just, like, I don't know, there's just, like, too many things going on with it, I guess. We're gonna kill this elephant, or try to. Here we go. I found it in a gauntlet, Sunshi. I had the least poverty gauntlet of all time, where I just got a million really good items, including a gold dragon armor scale and pearl dragon scale, and I think a bunch of other stuff. I don't remember exactly what. Probably this hat. I think. Yeah, you found that in a gauntlet. Found the pearl dragon scale in a gauntlet. I think I found the shield. No, I didn't find the shield in the gauntlet. Louise had that. Yeah, but I mean, those 2 items alone, it's amazing. Figuring out how to score points in the tourney is harder than playing the game. Yeah, exactly. That's why I just basically, at least for the first part of the tournament, I did what I'm both good at and what I enjoy, which is streaking. I was like, well, this is straightforward enough. Just streak a bunch of games, you know? Oh, final boss. Okay. Alright, Agi, and then Might. Go ahead and Brilliance, I guess. We will put up our Tornado. We miscast, uh-oh. Oh god, we miscast twice. Okay, check it out. We're gonna dig this out so that the tornado has more moves. Has more area to move in it to actually do some damage to all this stuff. Oh, there we go. Jesus, getting my ass kicked. Okay. GG. Twitch.tv, Malcolm Rose Gaming. .com. Street game number 51. World record reclaimed. GG, guys. Free the animals. Unfortunately, that's stone. So I didn't have any ability to free the animals. At least I'm pretty sure that's stone. I would have done the Metroid thing and freed them if I had the ability, but I don't... Actually, I wonder if there's any way for a non-Fedhas character to free them without also killing them, because you'd have to use Shatter, right? You would kill them all. Well, no, if you did it from the absolute edge of the line of sight, you could break the walls without damaging the animals. That'd be okay. We could have learned Shatter if I had kind of gone for Earth the way that I went for air. Well, Edort, if you think about it, isn't death the ultimate freedom? In a manner of speaking. Oh man, it's a pretty nice, cozy little stream there. I don't know exactly what's my uptime here. One hour 48 minutes. That's a pretty good stream, I think. Little shorter than I usually go, but trying to be a little more reasonable about my marathon streaming. But yeah, we have the world record back. Technically, I'm tied with Man, and that's just kind of something we've agreed to do. Just enough time for another win. Well, yeah, I could speedrun something. So yeah, I mean, yeah, 51 wins. I've got 51, he's got 51. There's really no one left to challenge us in terms of, like, ongoing streaks that are long. I mean, there's ZXC, but I think he's pretty much quit DCSS forever, you know? So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say what exactly I want to do going forward with DCSS. I mean, I don't think I really want to streak anymore on this account until there's a challenger who's not Man. Or if, I guess if Man like goes for it, then I could always just have like a friendly rivalry with him, I suppose, and go back and forth. But I think both of us are just a little bit burnt out on this kind of play. I could like do the rest of the sprints, but I think I did them all, actually. Yeah. I think I did every single one of the sprints. So I don't know, we could do like speed runs maybe at some point. Of course I could just get into other games, which is something I've been meaning to do, and just kind of come back to DCSS to crush a tournament now and then. It just kind of depends. I mean, I can always just do runs, like request runs. It's kind of hard to say. I have to think about it. Get Doom RL. I could definitely play Doom RL, although you have to use the name that their lawyers prefer. What is it called? Like platinum plutonium or something? They don't call it Doom RL anymore because they were about to get sued. So it's got some kind of other name now, I thought. Tome stream. No, I played Tome once. I wasn't all that impressed. Have I ever streamed Brogue? I have not streamed Brogue. I'd be happy to try some other roguelikes for sure. I was streaming Cataclysm for a while, which I know the joke is that CDDA is not a roguelike, and there's definitely the argument to be made that it's not. But I mean, that was fun. I had some fun streams of CDDA. Maybe I could get back into that a little bit. It's called DRL now, and they just don't talk about what the D stands for. I like it. Time for roguelites. Well, we depending on what you want to call a roguelite, we did stream Dungeons of Dreadmore. Fortnite stream. See, now we're talking. If I ever want to make some real money off this stream, it's all about It's all about the rogue. It's all about the Fortnite dances. Wasn't I going to play chess at some point? Yeah, I did that for a while, and then I just kind of lost focus. But I could definitely get back into that. And maybe I will make it a chess stream for a while. I think my reach is a little bit limited. I don't know if like, I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I don't want to sort of alienate the people who enjoy coming to my stream by playing nothing but chess, every day. But at the same time, it does kind of interest me to see exactly where I could get with that Pokemon Sword and Shield stream. What kind of chess elo do I have? I can check real fast. It's probably not very good. Let's see, light chess. Guess I'll put this little image up. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to keep the stream on, but I'm going to stop recording. So YouTube people, hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, I'm signing out. Did you know that there are many ways that you can help support this channel? Read about them on rosecrypto.com/support. At Rose Crypto, you can learn all about cool things like the Brave web browser, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.